extraction shooters. I'm not a fan. I'm not saying they're bad, I've just never really enjoyed them. And I assure you it's not for lack of trying. I've always been more into survival open world sandbox crafting games. If you've followed my channel or Twitch stream, you already know this. I've got thousands of hours in games like DayZ, Rust, The Forest, Valheim, you name it. But the main driver for me has always been the open world apocalypse. If you can drop me in a world that feels alive through players, NPCs, or just an atmosphere that's alive, I'm in. If I can lose myself in the lore and make my own story to just exist there, get me in there, brother. I live for that. For those who don't know, Arc Raiders is a third-person extraction shooter being developed by Embark Studios, the same team behind the finals. There are already a lot of great videos covering its development history and how the project has evolved, so I won't go too deep into that. But in short, it's the year 2180 and humanity has been forced underground by the Ark. They're machines that roam the surface and threaten players' survival. To keep the underground community alive, people are sent back to the surface to scavenge for resources and supplies, and those people are called Raiders. Embark has said they want this to be a 10-year game, and while it was originally designed as a PvE title, somewhere along the way they pivoted towards PvP, PvE. Probably because, well, the PvE just wasn't all that exciting. I heard that from my friend in Discord, so yeah, my sources check out. So I said I don't like extraction shooters, but what makes Arc Raiders different? Well, in short, this. The first thing that caught my eye was its fallen society and communities and how beautifully it captures the nature of the apocalypse. It reminded me immediately of The Last of Us. And that game, still to this day, is my favorite of all time. Now, The Last of Us Part 2 was a bit questionable, but I'll never forget my first playthrough of the original. I've played it a dozen times across different console generations and again on PC just last year. But let me go off on a quick tangent here. I promise it'll make sense in a second. The Last of Us and its story were, dare I say, life-changing as a gamer. I had never experienced anything so immersive, matched with such powerful storytelling and character development. I was hooked within the first hour. There's a reason it sold as many copies as it did and why people are still talking about it to this day. That game's multiplayer mode, Factions, was what actually kickstarted my Twitch journey back in 2015. And I swore if they ever made an open world Last of Us with PvP and survival elements, that would be the end-all be-all for me, but it never came. It was never about the zombies or the lore of the cordyceps fungus, even though that's phenomenal lore and storytelling. It was about the immersion, the ability to exist in a beautiful, believable human story. I remember seeing the Division cinematic trailer and E3 gameplay reveal back in 2013, and even today, that reveal looks incredible.
Alright, the store was empty. I heard that gunfire. Nick, check your map, see if there's anything in the area.
Sure, the voice acting is cringe now and gamers have evolved, but man, that atmosphere was amazing. And again, we're seeing the same pattern here. Fallen society, open world, survival, players, PvP. That's all I wanted. And I begged the gamer gods to make that game real. But again, it never quite happened. Now don't get me wrong, The Division wasn't a bad game. I put plenty of hours into it. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be, and that's okay. And this might be a hot take, but lately I've grown tired of the typical main character story arc. I don't always want to be the chosen one. Sometimes I just want to be some guy trying to survive, provide for his people, and navigate a world full of others doing the same thing. And maybe Arc Raiders might finally be the one to deliver it. Right now in Arc Raiders lore, you're a survivor living in a bunkered underground society. It's a place called Speranza. It's a bustling underground city and it's packed with people doing what they can to get by. Look around and you'll see people walking, possibly talking and going shopping at their favorite market stalls, just trying to live their normal lives beneath the chaos of the surface, really. And when you really stop and listen, the sounds of Speranza are amazing. the chatter, the machinery, just the genuine kind of like hum of life, going about the city and the towns and the tunnels. I literally want to go there right now. Now here's where my curiosity kicks in. Right now, every player is technically from Speranza, so when we go topside and start shooting each other, kind of breaks the immersion a little bit. I mean, unless of course you imagine they're raiders from other colonies or topside survivors fighting for loot. I'm really interested to see how the devs address that, how they make the world feel bigger than just one underground community, but that's definitely one of my lesser concerns right now. But here's what I'd love to see. Imagine Speranza as an actual explorable place, full of NPCs and players, a place where you can trade, socialize, and build your story. A player-driven economy with trading posts, buy and sell markets, maybe even player-owned shops where you can sell your crafted gear or rare loot that you found. Or maybe even a giant billboard filled with like actual player postings, people looking for groups to survive topside and take on big raids or take on massive boss fights together. I mean, how cool would that be? And for those who just want to maybe chill and progress without losing everything, what if they added a PvE only mode? Maybe a way to grind for loot, complete missions together, and enjoy the gear that you've worked for without constantly risking losing it all? I was talking with some friends in Discord about all the things we'd love to see in Arc Raiders, and then I noticed something. There was a bunch of YouTube videos coming out where people are sharing the exact same ideas. This isn't meant to sound like a copycat video, it's more of a testament of how many players are on the same page. And honestly, that's a great sign. If the community is all kind of dreaming about the same thing, it means we care about the same vision. We even tossed around the idea of a battle royale mode, and not because we need one, but because that falling mechanic looks like a parachute. And who knows, maybe they'll actually become a part of the game someday. The parachute, I mean, not necessarily the battle royale. But imagine this, special limited time game modes that offer unique cosmetics or rare items you can't get anywhere else, things that encourage player stories, maybe enemies or rivalries and survival themes. That would be incredible. Now, this isn't to say that if a bunch of these things don't get added, or if the devs decide to go a completely different direction, that Arc Raiders won't be a good game. Even from the Server Slam playtests alone, it's clear this is a good game. I'm just hoping it's the game I've been waiting for, the one that pulls me in and keeps me there for a long, long time. But all in all, at the end of the day, I'm incredibly excited to see what's in store for this game. I literally came back to my dead YouTube channel, one I hadn't uploaded to in 6 years, because I finally got that feeling again. The same feeling I had walking through the world of The Last of Us. The same feeling I had playing factions with my friends for hours on end. That feeling where even after logging off, I just think about it. Arc Raiders releases October 30th, and I can't wait to go topside again. See you out there.